All right, well, welcome to the lesson about anyway dollars. I'm super passionate about this, and I think it's one of the main things that you have to wrap your head around in order for you to be effective in using soap as a closing tool. Uh, I'm going to walk through some slides, so I'm going to share my screen with you real fast. And I want you to really put yourself in the position or in the situation of a consumer. We are all consumers. And what I realized over the course of time is that you and I, your prospects, and everybody that we're talking about, we're currently on an endless spending journey. We're spending money anyway, hence anyway dollars, right? But we do have a better solution. So on your screen, what you'll see is a lot of products that you probably realize name brands too, right? These are all the products you can buy at the store shelves. But the problem is that we're currently paying for more than just soap, and I'll get into that in a minute. So we created a program around anyway dollars because we realize that money doesn't grow on trees. Your customers don't have endless income. They don't have a bunch of room in a budget, right? But they desire, they want, and they need what you're actually selling. You guys have already gotten to that point in the process or into the demo where, yeah, I want what you're selling. I can see myself as a homeowner needing and desiring and wanting the thing that you're selling. The problem that typically comes up after speaking with thousands of sales reps in the home service industry or in the home improvement space is that price is always an objection. So you'll hear me say this oftentimes is price is only an issue in the absence of value. It's our job to convey that value. And so I want to get into how soap can actually provide that value. See, right now the current problem is this. You and I and every consumer in the world, we're paying for more than just soap products. So if you look at the graph I have over here on the right-hand side of the page, we're paying for advertising as consumers. We're paying for brokers and middlemen as consumers. We're paying for all the overhead and the packaging I'll get into here in a second. We're actually paying for product, laundry soap, I'll use that example, that is going to actually condition and treat the water before the product even actually gets to work. We're paying for the retail profits, and at the end of the day, us as a consumer just want the actual product, right? But let's walk around this graph for a second. Advertising. Have you guys seen uh, retailers advertise online, social, on the radio? Answer is probably yes. Did you know that when you go to the retail space, so if I'm a manufacturer and I take my product to Walmart or Target or Whole Foods or Kroger or Publix, doesn't really matter. I typically have to get engaged with a broker, a middleman that takes my opportunity and my product to the retailer. They get paid as well. I also have to, as a consumer, pay for overhead and packaging. I'll get to the packaging here in a minute because that's the next slide. But the overhead, think about the overhead that happens at Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Kroger, Publix, all the five that I just mentioned. There's somebody that stocks those shelves every night, right? There is lights, utility bills that happen inside that facility each and every day, right? There's insurance on the building, there's taxes on the building, and the list goes on and on and on, right? We talked a little bit about the water softening and the chemicals. And then at the end of the day, all these retail giants, they want what? They want to make money, right? So us as a consumer are left with a little bit of actual product, but yet we're paying for all these other things. And so I'll get into that in just a second. What you really need to understand though, and if you walk away with nothing more than just this, is anyway dollars is described and defined by the money that you and I are already spending in places like Target, Walmart, Amazon, and local grocery store chains on everyday essentials like laundry soap, dish soap, cleaning supplies, personal care products. We're buying it anyway, hence anyway dollars, right? So I really want to talk to you about the packaging aspect of this because one of the missions that we have is clean ingredients, clear conscious, save the earth one bottle at a time. That's really one of the things we just want to make an environmental impact, right? And so if you understand the product portion of the brands that we sell and we offer to you guys, it's really it's a unique technology of super concentrates. So as I mentioned, you walk into the store and you buy a bottle of laundry detergent, right? You're buying laundry detergent that's somewhere between 14 and 35% active in most scenarios. So what does that mean to you and me and the rest of the consumer population? The rest of it's water, right? So when I go to buy a bottle of laundry detergent, let's just use the high end of the numbers that I gave you, 35%. That means 65% of the product is actually water, right? So we came up with an opportunity and a program that allows us to use super concentrated product that allows your customers to save, your prospects to save the earth one bottle at a time by using forever dispensers, right? And I skipped over factory direct. I'll get back there in a minute. But forever dispensers are dispensers that you guys can use over and over and over and over and over again so that you as a consumer don't have to pay for it again, right? Or your prospect as a consumer doesn't have to pay for it again. And so, yes, there's a little bit of DIY in your own soap, but the idea here is for us to eliminate the cost, right? To create space in your prospect's budget, right? So that they can financially afford the service and the products that you guys provide. Okay. The factory direct model is this. We don't have middlemen in the middle. You're not going to see our products on store shelves. Therefore, we don't have brokers. We don't have middlemen involved, right? It's a factory direct model. Your customers, they get a package of product from us and it comes directly from the factory. So we're not shipping this stuff all over the country, right? Which is a big thing, right? Because we just talked about the example I gave you, which was 65% of the product being water. You and I as a consumer are paying for that to get to distributions and then ultimately end up on store shelves. What do you think that does to the cost? It drives it up, right? We talked a little bit about super concentrates, and simply put is this. You guys are offering a gift to your customers that if they want what you provide, meaning your product or your service, you're offering them a gift of fresh soap. So they have the opportunity to pull the money out of the retailer and go and purchase the product and the service that you provide. And that's truly what Anyway dollars are. We're freeing your prospect up, their budget up, so that they can use the money that they already spend, the Anyway dollars that they're already spending at the stores that we had talked about, and they can afford your solution, right? Because in most cases, when you introduce the soap, and I encourage you to go watch the demonstrations that I've provided in some of the other trainings, but most times you guys are offering the soap at the end of your demonstration. So it doesn't matter what business you're in maybe in the water business or you're in the windows and the doors and the floor business, doesn't matter. You guys are going through a demonstration about why these things matter, how they can improve their lives. And at the end of the day, we just offer soap as a gift that allows them to free that money up. So understand this, 90% of your Anyway dollars can be just saved with the gift of fresh soap. And the way that we get there is through super concentrates. We have a factory direct model where we don't use one bottle at a time and throw it in the trash. We use super concentrates so that they can refill their forever dispenser bottles. And then it's obviously a gift of fresh soap. So I hope this resonated with you. If you have any questions or feedback, you guys know how to get in touch with us. But I encourage you to spend some time with this because this is the conversation and the conviction you have to have around Anyway dollars so that your customers fundamentally understand it. Hope that makes sense. Look forward to some feedback.